My name is Sylvester Onyemalichi. You're welcome to Sound Mind for Positive Life. I believe today that God is going to change you. God is going to add to you. And God is going to lift you up. Because today we're going to be learning how to creatively attend to our problems. Problems give birth to creative thinking. I'm looking at the positive side. I'm looking at how to come out of problem. I'm not talking about dwelling the mind negatively on the problem and allowing yourself to worry and get depressed and get so sad and sick and probably become depressed and start to live on drugs in order to survive. Problems can either make you better or make you worse. Problems can strengthen you, which is the original intent of God, and bring out the best in you. And problems can weigh you down and destroy you and shut your life down. Today, I want us to look at how to solve problems. When problems come or you are faced with a difficult situation, it's time for you to think. So I want to share with you 7 wisdom keys that will enable you to overcome your challenges. Number 1, problems give birth to creative thinking. What is creative thinking? Creative thinking is about analyzing the problem to find the core, the root of the problem, and then how to deal with it and overcome. Creative thinking is not the same as worry. Worry is just dwelling on the problem, the negative effect on the problem, how the problem is killing you, worrying about all you've been suffering and no one there to help you, and how you have made effort and it has not worked out. You're only just mourning the problem. But you're not thinking of the solution. You're not thinking of the way out. But creative thinking is about solution. Finding solution, looking at the possibilities of overcoming it and turning things around in your favor. And to do this, you need to think creatively. You need to analyze the problem. You need to break it down. You need to look at it closely and then identify the root and then deal with it. Until you pull a problem from the roots, you never really can solve it. If you cut the branches, it will grow back again. You cut the stem, it will grow back again after a while. But if you pull the plant from the roots, you're taking out forever. And so creative thinking is all about getting to the root and then finding how to solve it, how to overcome it, how to come out of it. And God will always back a man who opens his mind to God for ideas. 2, your mind is not meant to be a prison, but a launching pad to glory. The mind of man can perform any task that you want it to perform. If you want it to be a prison, it can be a prison. If you want it to worry over situations, it can worry over situations. If you want it to keep mourning over your failures and over your disappointed life, over all the losses you have suffered, you will keep mourning for the next 20, 30 years, you'll be there. It becomes a prison. You'll be lost in it. That's why people are depressed. And when they are depressed, it becomes even more difficult for them to overcome. They are locked up in their own prison. So your mind is not meant to be a prison, but it can become a prison if you think negatively about your problem. But it's supposed to be a launching pad to glory. In other words, God gave you the mind to attack problems and overcome them, to analyze issues, challenges and tough situations and creatively prefer solutions and overcome. So you need to use your mind creatively. Think creatively, think resourcefully. Not worry, not mourn. Think creatively, prefer solutions. 3, great thinkers are great achievers. If you want to achieve great things, you want to become great, if you want to turn your situation around and become a success at the end of the day, if you want to overcome that challenge in your business and grow the business, if you want to turn that unemployment situation around and become an employed person or a self-employed person, all you need to do is to become a great thinker. Some of us are waiting for jobs. Meanwhile, we can create our own jobs. God has given us talents, given us gifts, given us certain knowledge, but as a result of fear and the fact that we just don't want to do something on our own, we want to work for others, we just keep waiting and applying for job over and over again. But I want you to know you can solve that employment problem by thinking. 4, those who are satisfied with what they have and where they are can never think creatively. If you start satisfied with status quo, where you are right now, what you have is okay for you. You can't think of how to improve. But the truth is that every product we see today is always being improved upon. The car companies are always improving on the vehicles. It may be the same name, but they keep improving. Each one is a new model, is an improvement of the old. The phone companies keep improving their phones. The laptop companies, the computer companies keep improving on the laptops. Even dresses, shoemakers, every sector of the economy, they are always improving on things. They are great people. They are improving on products, improving, researching how they are doing genetics in agriculture. Why? They want to improve the product. They want it to last longer. They want it to yield more. They want it to produce more. So you can't just sit in one place and say, I'm okay. The moment you start satisfied where you are, that's when you start to go down and start to die slowly without knowing it. Think creatively. The desire for more will make you think. The desire for a better position will make you think. 5. Creative thinking is the answer to the problems of life. That's the answer. There's no alternative to creative thinking. Worry is not an alternative. Complaining, finding fault is not an alternative. Looking for who to blame is not an alternative. Fasting and prayer is still not an alternative. It's essential. It's necessary to fast and pray. But then you still have to use your brain. Sit down and analyze. Sit down and think and get ideas from God. Even when God drops an idea in your mind, you still need to think about it and see how you can work it out. So it's very important. There's no alternative to it. So you can't run away from it. There's no other way. You just have to think. And when you think, you make progress. 6. Creative thinking is the use of the mind and brain to provide solutions to the problems of life. That's what it's all about. The use of the mind and brain. The mind is the self-conscious part, the brain is the physical part. To provide solutions, analyzing what you see, analyzing what's on ground, analyzing what you've been passing through, analyzing what, if you continue that situation, where it's going to lead you to, analyzing if I take this step, how is it going to work out? You look at it, alternatives, you check this, you check that out, and you come to conclusion, this is the way out. Now I see the problem, this is the problem, and I'm going to overcome. And then before you know what's happening, you're out of it. You must think. You must use your brain. Use it wisely. That's why God gave us a brain in the first place. He gave us a brain that we may give him rest. He gave us a brain that we may use it wisely. He gave us a brain that we may provide solutions to the problems of life. The brain was not originally given for us to worry. That's why when you worry, your body is oppressed. When you worry, you oppress the mind. And when the mind is oppressed, the body is oppressed. So the body breaks down. You have migraine, you have high blood pressure, you have stroke, you have all kinds of mental problems as a result of worry. But when you think creatively, you don't have any of this evil manifesting in your life. No migraines, nothing. Because that's the reason why the mind was created. Why the brain was given in the first place. Lastly, number 7. Imagination is the workshop of the mind, capable of turning mind energy into accomplishment and words. Imagination. The ability to image or imagine things. Put things in picture. Picture tomorrow. The Bible was teaching us how to pray and how to receive things from God in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18 and 19. God said, forget the former things. Say, don't dwell on the past. He said, verse 19 says, see, I am doing a new thing. What's that? Imagine. Picture in your mind. That's imagination. He wants your mind to be connected to his. He wants you to picture and focus on what he's doing. Picture it. See it as already done. Behold, I'm doing this. I'm making a way in the wilderness and water is desert. And he asks, can't you perceive it? Can't you see it? Can't you sense it? So he wants me to picture it. Jesus, when he was teaching on prayer, said, whatsoever you desire, when you pray, believe you have received it, and then you shall have it. That means picture the answer. Imagine that the answer is with you. Believe it. So there's a connection between your thoughts and prayer, imagination and results. So if you can see it, if you can picture it, if you can see it, if you can hold on to that in your head, definitely your heart will always agree with it. And before you know what's happening, the answer is yours. So imagination is a workshop of the mind capable of turning mind energy into accomplishment and wealth. So you first of all have to imagine it. That's creative thinking. Think of yourself coming out of the problem. Think of yourself breaking through. Think of yourself succeeding. Think of yourself not experiencing those negative things anymore. Think of yourself rising and no longer falling. Instead of you always telling yourself it's always rising and falling, rising and falling, rising and falling. Today you fast and pray, rising and falling. Next tomorrow you fast and pray, rising and falling. 5 years time you are still praying, rising and falling. Why don't you shift your mind away from that and start picturing yourself rising and never falling? You start to confess that. You start to decree that. Rising and never falling. And as you move, you are rising. You will begin to see results in your life. Use your brain. Think. Imagine the best. Imagine the results you want to see. Imagine what God is doing. Behold, I'm making a way in the desert. I'm making a way in the wilderness and waters in the desert. See what He's doing. That's what He wants you to see. I do a new thing. He wants you to picture that. Tomorrow definitely will be better than today. Use your mind well and you'll be out of that problem. God bless you. In Jesus' name. Amen.